FOMC is happening today, and we're covering the event live right here on the A1 Trading channel. You can watch TraderNet cover the event both pre and post spike starting at 1:45 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want a full breakdown of all the crazy events that led to this interest rate decision, go check out this video where I break down everything that's happened so far in the month of March that may influence the Fed's decision today and where we go from here. But we do have other news to cover, so let's get right into it. This morning we had really interesting reports out of the UK. For months now, the UK has been struggling with high inflation. It had been dropping very slowly over the past 3 months, and today was the day it was finally supposed to break beneath 10%. Instead, inflation shot back up to 10.4%. This is bad news for residents of the UK and the British government as they continue to fight inflation that is seemingly out of control. We had other CPI news yesterday when Canadian CPI numbers were reported. Monthly CPI fell to 0.4% and common CPI fell as well, down to 6.4%. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and check out the market heat map ahead of today's crazy FOMC decision. And wow, this is actually really interesting. So we don't have a lot of pairs making moves to the downside. I mean, we have a couple red boxes here. These gray boxes here are like Euro GBP is technically down just a tiny bit, but look at all of these blue boxes. All of these blue boxes mean that they're in the positive. Now, most of them haven't moved a whole lot. I mean, we've got like CHF JPY, Aussie USD, Euro AUD, GBP AUD, AUD CAD, like all of these pairs down here. I mean, they're technically up on the day so far, but just barely. I mean, they're pretty much neutral. But let's take a look up top and see our biggest movers of the day so far. We've got NZD CHF, NZD JPY, GBP JPY, GBP CHF, Euro JPY, and AUD JPY. Those are our biggest movers to the upside, and even those, they're not up a whole lot on the day. NZD CHF is our biggest mover to the upside, up 0.46%, which is pretty good, but still nothing too crazy. I suspect that markets are just kind of in limbo, just kind of waiting around for the FOMC decision today, because that'll absolutely cause some major spikes in the market. So let's go ahead and check out the watch list as well. I'm going to remove these neutral biases. And you know what? Before we get into this, I want to mention that we are doing free trials of the Edge Finder. You can try out the Edge Finder for yourself, get access to COT data, retail sentiment data, our bank signals, bank projections tab, where you can see what banks all over the world, as well as well-renowned analysts, what they are projecting different assets, kind of price points, different assets will be on a weekly, quarterly, and monthly bias, seasonality, price forecast, risk on, risk off gauge, all of our fundamental data, our Fed tracker. This is actually something that we should definitely take a look at ahead of the FOMC decision. Do you have any questions about any of our products or services? Right now, members of the A1 Trading team are standing by, waiting to assist you. You can head over to our website, a1trading.com, and click the icon in the bottom right-hand corner to chat with one of our team members live. You can also go to a1trading.com/contact and fill out the Contact Us form, and someone will get back to you shortly. We have our helpful and friendly members of our support staff ready to chat with you anytime Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So what are you waiting for? If you have any questions, feel free to chat with us live right now on the A1 Trading website. So interest rates is what we're talking about when we're talking about FOMC, interest rates and inflation. So Q1 inflation forecast is 5.8%. That's what the Fed is hoping to get inflation down to by the end of Q1. And we can see that the interest rate forecast for Q1 is 5%. That is what is expected to get raised to today, 25 basis points up to 5%. We will see if that in fact happens. And the Fed tracker is just such a cool and useful tool. We can see past interest rate and inflation decisions, as well as their impact on the US dollar, the stock market, and gold. So again, we are doing free trials of the Edge Finder. You can get like access to the Edge Finder Pro, the Edge Finder that has all of the features unlocked. You can get it for a trial period. You don't have to put in your credit card or anything. This is not something that you have to purchase. A completely free trial of the entire Edge Finder software. You can get that down in the link in the description below. So go check that out. And if you're interested in buying it for yourself, you can of course get a discount when you use code A1YT. But let's go ahead and hop into the watch list. I'm going to remove these indices and commodities just so so that we're left with only our currency pairs, and there we go. USD ZAR and USD CAD are two strong buys. We have AUD USD as a strong sell. We have a pretty decent list of sells here as well, and just one other buy in ZD CAD is our one other lone buy. So last week we had a huge list when it came to buys and sells. This week, not so much. Two strong buys and one strong sell. And I think today we're going to take a look at AUD USD ahead of the FOMC decision. We took a look at USD ZAR on Monday. So let's switch it up and take a look at a buy. AUD USD. Strong sell bias, score of -6. COT data is a score of -1, and so is retail sentiment. Let's take a look at those numbers right over here. So COT data, or institutional trader data, for the US dollar, 65.4% long, 34.6% short from the institutional traders, so favored long on the dollar. And the Australian dollar, 59.3% short, 40.7% long. So we don't technically consider it to be short bias because it hasn't crossed over 60%, but it is so close that we can go ahead and just say that yes, institutional traders are favored short on the Australian dollar right now. And in fact, if this had crossed over 60%, being favored on the short side here, being favored on the long side here, that would actually drop the COT data score to a -2, giving this overall strong sell bias a score of -7, so making it look even more like a sell. So yeah, that's interesting to take a look at there. Retail sentiment, on the other hand, has just barely crossed over that 60% threshold, 61% long, 39% short there from the day traders. Our seasonality is a score of -1, and we can see in the month of March, historically speaking, just kind of when you isolate the month of March and check how AUD USD has been trending, it's basically just trended very slightly bearishly, which has so far been the case this month as well. It has been making moves to the downside, actually more than just slightly bearishly. This pair has absolutely been trending towards the downside, but historically speaking, just a little bit bearish looking. Our trend reading is a score of -1, and over the past couple of days, we have made some moves to the upside. It has come down since then, and price forecast does project that will continue to be the case. But if we had a more extended view here, you would see that over the past 2 or maybe even 3 weeks, this pair has just continued to make moves to the downside. Let's finish up with our fundamentals here. GDP growth, inflation, and interest rates, all scores of -1. Unemployment, our lone +1 score there. So GDP growth in Australia currently 0.5% compared to 2.7% in the US. Inflation 7.8% compared to 6%. Unemployment 3.5% compared to 3.6% in the US. And interest rates, here we go. This is the big one. Australian interest rates 3.6% currently. Currently 4.75% in the US, although that is projected to get raised again up to 5% later on today. So there we go. Quick breakdown of AUD USD, our lone strong sell bias currently listed in the Edge Finder. And again, if you want a free trial of the Edge Finder Pro, you can find that down in the link in the description. Don't forget to check out the links in the description if you want our broker recommendation, access to our free Discord, free Edge Finder, or want to chat with us on Telegram. Remember, you can watch us live in the markets every morning starting at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and we have lots more free trading tools and content available on our website, a1trading.com. Thanks for watching.